Hello everyone, it's Mitch again, and the reason for today's video is I've been hearing a lot about Obama being a socialist. The right-wingers are really blabbing on and on about this spread the wealth around comment that he made to Joe the fake plumber, and also calling him a socialist. Let me just start by saying that the United States is a socialist society already. And George W. Bush made it that way. Remember the stimulus package? Where George W. Bush's administration sent out $300, depending on how much income you've made, $300 or $600 or something, as part of a stimulus package to the so-called get the economy jumping. And as a direct result, well, not a direct, but as one of the results, the economy went into the tank. But even people who did not pay income taxes, didn't pay a dime, got a rebate. Or not a rebate, but a stimulus package. I know, because my dad was staying with me at the time, and he is a disabled vet, so he gets a disability check and a check from the VA. And his income is, I'm willing to say, more than the average person's income, and he doesn't pay any taxes. And he doesn't even file. And yet, he got a stimulus check. All he had to do was file late, which he did, and he got the money. So, that's a person that's not working or doing anything. So, to me, that's socialism. That's what it is. And now, as far as the spread the wealth around comment and taking from others to give your money to other people, isn't that what just happened with this bailout? This $850 billion bailout, $700 billion of it will go to banks, Bear Stearns, Lehman's, AIG. And how do the people at AIG respond? They go party it up. They go have a good time. So the government took our money and spread the wealth around. Only when they call it spreading the wealth around to the very rich, it's then called a bailout. It's not called socialism. You know, when the United States shores up failing businesses like Amtrak, for example, it's not called socialism. I mean, I don't understand it, how when the government pours money into a failing business, it's not called socialism. What would you call it? The government now is part owner of a lot of the banks. We, the people, are now owning the banks. It's government owned. I mean, so we're getting more and more like China. And it's not Barack Obama that did this, but George W. Bush. And there's some right-wing nut jobs who are swearing that, oh, Obama's going to take your guns. And no, the Supreme Court just held up a rule that nobody's going to take your guns. They're saying how Obama can have a police state come to your door and will confiscate your property, etc., etc. Now, I'm laughing, but in all reality, it could be done by this president, the next president, or any president afterwards. Because this president, George W. Bush, put into practice some crazy rules about if you call someone an enemy combatant, they can be removed and taken away forever and detained without due process, without a speedy trial, without even knowing why they're being locked up. Okay? So George W., you can thank for that, not Obama. FEMA can come and take your home and use it as a distribution point. They can use it because they need a location, and your house or property may be sitting on a prime spot. FEMA can legally now take your home. All of these things happened under the Bush administration. So, you know, they talk about also talk about the Constitution where Obama is concerned. Now keep in mind, the guy that just shredded the Bill of Rights, George W. Bush, with the Patriot Act, which should be called the most unpatriotic thing to ever exist. But the Patriot Act stripped us. And I think that George Bush, well, it's rumored that he referred to the Constitution as a goddamn piece of paper. So why weren't they talking about this when all the crap was coming? Why weren't the media, why weren't those right-wing sickos talking about all of these things? On one of my videos, I'm on record for saying it's George W. Bush president now, but we don't know who the next president's going to be, or who the president's going to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. We don't know. And all of this stuff puts us in a very, very dangerous place. We're very vulnerable. Okay, with that said, I await the comments. Let me know what you think about America, the socialist society now, your opinions. I'm interested. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And everyone, don't forget to vote November 4th. Thanks.